Her chest stopped moving. The room was silent. Too silent. Adaize's small chest was no longer rising. Her lips turned pale. Her body lay still on the mat. For a moment, it felt like the world itself had stopped breathing. Nneka screamed, "No! Not again! Not my child!" She took Adaize's body, hoping to wake her. But the child did not move. Obina stood frozen, his machete falling from his hand. But Dibia Okeke did not move in panic. He knelt beside the child, his eyes sharp and calm. He dipped his fingers into a small guard of chalk and drew quick marks on Adaize's forehead, chest, and feet. Then he poured the red powder into his palm and blew it over her. "Do not cry yet," he said firmly. "This is not death. The child's spirit is trapped. The Ogbanje are pulling her back, but she has not crossed over." Nneka's tears streamed down her face. "Save her! Please save her!" The Dibia closed his eyes and began to chant. His voice was low at first, then it grew louder. The walls of the hut seemed to shake with each word. Outside, the wind began to rise. The villagers who had gathered in the compound started mourning in fear. Then something happened. Adaize's lips moved. Her voice came out, but it was not her voice. It was deep, cold, and angry. "She does not belong to you," the spirit voice said. "She belongs to us. She chose to come, and she will return." The Dibia's eyes snapped open. "No, you spirits of trickery and pain, you will not take her. Your bond has been broken. Her Iyiua is destroyed. She is no longer yours." The spirits laughed through the child's mouth. "You think smashing a stone can break the covenant? Foolish old man. Our tie runs deeper. You cannot keep what is ours." Nneka clutched her chest, trembling. "What are they saying? I thought you broke it." The Dibia's face tightened. Sometimes the Iyiua is only part of the bond. If the spirit has sworn an oath in the land of the dead, it will fight harder. Obina stepped forward, his voice trembling with both fear and anger. "Then what do we do? Tell me what to do. I will give my life for hers." The Dibia threw more chalk around the room. Chanting faster, he sprinkled palm wine on the floor, then drew a large circle in the dust with his staff. He lifted Adaize's body into the center of the circle. "Tonight, we fight," he declared. "Not with machetes, not with spears, but with spirit against spirit." As he spoke, the oil lamp flickered wildly. The shadows on the walls stretched long and twisted. A cold wind rushed through the room, though the door was closed. Adaize's body jerked violently. Her eyes snapped open, but they were not her eyes. They glowed faintly like fireflies in the dark. The villagers gasped. Some ran out of the compound in fear, but most stayed, drawn by terror and curiosity. Adaeze sat up suddenly, her head tilted at an unnatural angle. She stared at the dibia and hissed, "Old man, you are wasting your time. You cannot fight us. We have taken many before, and we will take many after." The dibia slammed his staff on the ground. "I will not allow it. This child will not die today." He sprinkled white chalk in the air, chanting louder. His voice shook the hut, and the glowing in Adaize's eyes flickered. She screamed, covering her face with her small hands. Nneka cried out, "Fight, my child. Stay with me. Stay with your mother." Adaize's voice trembled. For a moment, her own voice broke through. "Mama, they are pulling me. I am scared." Nneka reached for her, but the dibia stopped her again. "Do not touch her yet. Your love is strong, but if you cross the circle now, they may take you too." The child screamed again, and suddenly, the mat beneath her began to shake as if something was moving under the ground. The chalk lines glowed faintly, holding her inside. The dibia's chant grew faster. He called on Allah, goddess of the earth, and Chukwu, the supreme god, to witness the battle. Then he lifted his staff high and slammed it down one more time. Adaize's body stiffened. She let out a cry so loud that the people outside the hut covered their ears. The oil lamp burst into flame, then went out, leaving only the glow of the moonlight through the cracks of the roof. When the light returned, Adaize collapsed back onto the mat, breathing softly. Her eyes were normal again. The dibia wiped sweat from his forehead. His voice was hoarse. "The battle is not finished. They will try again, but tonight she has chosen to stay." Nneka threw herself over Adaize, hugging her tightly, sobbing with relief. Obinna sank to the floor, exhausted, his hands shaking. But in the corner of the hut, near the shadows, a soft laugh echoed, cold and distant. The dibia's face darkened. He looked at the shadows and whispered, "They are not done with this family. We must be ready." For days after the battle in the hut, Nneka did not leave Adaize out of her sight. She followed her daughter everywhere, when she fetched water, when she played with other children, even when she slept. At night, Nneka stayed awake, watching Adaize breathe. Obinna grew restless. "My wife," he said one evening, "you cannot watch her every second. She needs to live like a child." Nneka shook her head fiercely. "You don't understand. I have buried 3 children. I will not bury this one." The dibia, who had remained in their compound, nodded slowly. "The spirits will not give up so easily. They may not attack directly again, but they will try other ways." Sure enough, strange things began to happen. One morning, Adaize woke up with scratches all over her arms, as if tiny claws had dragged across her skin during the night. Another day, she went missing for hours, only to be found by the riverbank, staring into the water as if someone had called her. When her mother scolded her, Adaize only said, "Mama, my brothers and sisters came to play with me. They said I should follow them home." Nneka's heart nearly stopped. She grabbed Adaize and shook her. "You have no brothers and sisters here. Do not listen to them." The child only smiled sadly. "But Mama, they miss me." That night, Dibia Okeke gathered the family. It is clear now. The other Ogbanje spirits, her siblings who died, are calling her back. They do not want her to remain in the world of the living. They will keep tempting her. Obina clenched his fist. "Then what must we do? Tell me, I am ready." The Dibia's face grew dark. "The spirits will not stop unless something stronger binds her to this world. We may need a sacrifice." Nneka's eyes widened. "Sacrifice? What kind of sacrifice?" The Dibia did not answer immediately. He stared at the flames of the small fire in the middle of the hut. Finally, he said, "Sometimes the spirits demand blood. Sometimes they demand something more costly, something the parents love most. Only then will they release the child." Silence filled the hut. The fire crackled softly. Obina spoke first. "If it is blood you want, take mine. I would rather die than lose her." Nneka grabbed his hand, tears streaming down her face. "No, if you die, I will have nothing left. Nothing." The Dibia shook his head. "Do not be quick with your tongue. We must first know what the spirits want. I will perform a ritual to call them. But be warned, they may not ask for something you are willing to give." The next evening, the villagers gathered around the shrine in the forest. It was a fearful thing to summon Ogbanje spirits, but curiosity and fear made them come. The Dibia prepared the place with chalk, herbs, and a small pot of palm wine. He placed Adaize in the center of the shrine, her small hands tied with white cloth so she would not run away. Nneka's heart pounded as she watched. Obina stood beside her, tense, his machetes strapped to his side. The Dibia began to chant. The air grew heavy, and the trees swayed though there was no wind. Then the pot of palm wine cracked on its own, spilling its contents onto the ground. A voice came, not from any person, but from everywhere at once. It was high-pitched, mocking, and cold. "Why do you keep her? She is ours. We have played with you enough. Give her back." Nneka fell to her knees, crying, "Please let her stay. I beg you. Take anything else, but not my child." The voice laughed. "Anything else? Then hear our demand." The forest fell silent. Then the voice spoke again. "Bring us one life from your family. Give us one in exchange for hers. Blood for blood. Only then will she remain with you." The villagers gasped in horror. Obina's face twisted in anger. He shouted at the shadows, "Cowards! Demons! Come and take me then! Take me!" But the voice only hissed, "We do not want you. We want another. Choose, or we will take her ourselves." Nneka clutched her chest. unable to breathe. She looked at her daughter, who sat quietly, her face calm as though she already knew what the spirits would say. The Dibia raised his staff. Do not answer yet. The spirits trick with their words. Sometimes their demand is a test. If you give in, they win. But if you resist, they may be forced to let her go. The voice grew louder. Do not listen to the old fool. Choose one life for hers, or tonight she comes back with us forever. The fire in the shrine flared high, and Adaise screamed. Her body shook violently as though invisible hands were pulling her apart. Nneka ran forward, ready to throw herself on the ground, but Obinna held her back. His eyes were wild. He looked at the Dibia and shouted, "Tell us what to do. If we say no, they will kill her. If we say yes, who must we give?" The Dibia's face was grave. This is the moment. The spirits are demanding. If you speak wrongly, she may be lost forever. But if you remain strong, if you refuse their bargain, you may break their hold for good. Adaise's voice cried out again, "Mama, Papa, help me. They're pulling me away." The ground beneath them shook. The trees bent. The villagers screamed. And then the spirit's voice boomed once more. "Choose, or she dies tonight." The night air grew thick, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. The spirit's voice thundered. "Choose one life for hers, or she dies tonight." Adaise screamed again. Nneka broke free from Obinna's grip and fell to the ground, sobbing. "Take me," she cried. "Take me instead of her. I give myself in exchange for my daughter." The villagers gasped. Obinna shouted, "No, you cannot." He dropped to his knees beside her. "If they take you, I will have nothing left. Nothing." But the Dibia raised his staff high. His voice cut through the echoes. "Do not answer them. Do not give in. They are liars, spirits of deceit." The spirit voice hissed, sharp like wind through dry leaves. "Old man, be silent. Their choice is made. The mother has offered herself." The fire flared up, red and violent, as if to swallow Nneka whole. But then something unexpected happened. Adaise suddenly stopped screaming. Her small voice broke through the noise. "No," she said firmly. "You cannot have my mother. You cannot have me. I choose to stay." The spirits laughed cruelly. "You? You are ours. You don't choose." But Adaise stood, her tiny body glowing faintly in the firelight. Her voice grew stronger, no longer that of a frightened child, but filled with courage. "I am not your toy anymore. You tricked me before, but not again. My Iyi is broken. My mother's tears have washed your chains away. I belong here." The ground shook violently. The Iroko trees groaned like they would snap. The spirits shrieked, their voices rising and falling like a storm. The fire in the shrine exploded, sparks flying into the night. And then there was silence. The air grew calm. The flames returned to normal. The shadows melted away. Adaeze collapsed into her mother's arms, breathing softly but alive. Nneka wept, rocking her daughter back and forth. Obinna pressed his forehead to the earth, whispering prayers of thanks. Dibia Okeke raised his staff one last time and spoke. It is finished. The child has chosen life. The spirits cannot claim her again. She is no longer Ogbanje. She is yours. The villagers shouted in relief. Some danced, others cried. They had witnessed something few would ever see. A spirit battle won not by strength, but by love and courage. From that night, Adaeze grew like any other child. She played, laughed, and went to school with other children in the village. Sometimes, when she sat quietly under the moonlight, she would hum old songs she could not explain. But she never spoke again of dying or returning. Nneka and Obinna watched her grow into a strong young woman. They never forgot the price of keeping her. They learned a truth that spread through the village. Love can fight even the deepest spirits. Courage can break even the strongest chains. And so, the story of Adaeze, the Ogbanje child, was told for generations, not as a tale of sorrow, but as a lesson that sometimes the fiercest battles are fought not with machetes or charms, but with strength of the human heart. Please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more educative and inspiring stories and myths. Until next time, this is Folktales by Fayoke, where history comes alive.